I was sitting with some new friends at dinner recently, and I wanted to know more about their life, and so I did what I do best. I asked lots of questions. And my new friend Dan said this about his 20 plus year marriage to his wife Mary. He said, "We've been married for a really long time, but it wasn't until the last few years that I knew she really liked me." And he said, "I know she loves me. She took a vow to love me, but that doesn't mean she has to like me. But she does like me." And he said, "There's nothing greater than knowing my wife actually likes me and wants to be around me." Does that seriously not make your heart melt? And that's had me thinking lately about my own relationship with God. I know that God loves me because His Word says it over and over again. And a few years ago, those were just words to me, but I know that I know that I know that God really, really loves me. And I think that a lot of us know that. But are we sure if God really likes us or not? Take a second and chew on that and ask yourself, does God really like you? Does He want to hang out with you? Does He want to be with you in all that you do? Does He want to go to work with you or go for a run with you? Does He want to go grocery shopping with you? Does He want to hang out with you while you give your kids a bath, things that seem small and simple? Does He want to take the trash out with you? Or does He just want you to sit and be still and spend a certain amount of time with Him each morning? Praying at the dinner table, praying before you go to bed, and then get up and do it all again the next day. Well, Graham Cook puts to rest any doubts that you may have as to whether or not God likes you. He spoke in a recent message that he gave at the Deeper Conference, and it's just been rocking my world. And one very specific part of the message that's taking me to a deeper level of knowing God doesn't just love me, but He likes me too, is what I want to share with you. He's a phenomenal speaker with a passion to lead people to freedom. And God is using him in mighty ways, and yet he still questions whether he's doing enough. And he sometimes wonders why God doesn't get tired of him. And so he asked God one day, and just like God does when we bring our hearts before Him, He answers us. Now, before you think I'm crazy, yes, God absolutely talks to us. And no, He doesn't do it in this audible, clouds parting, Morgan Freeman voice. But He speaks to our hearts, and He often does it with a gentle, graceful whisper. And so as Graham was saying this, I took his name out and put my own in. And as I read that to you and you read the statement, I want you to do the same. I want you to take out my name, and I want you to put yours in. And I'm telling you, if you do this, your heart is going to be changed. So Graham said this, or I say this, I don't know why you bother with me. Saying this to God, I must frustrate the heck out of you. You can say heck to God, He can handle it. And here's what God says. Sunday Joe, I own everything about you. I love all the good, and I own all the bad. I don't have a bad word to say about you. You're on a journey. I understand where you've come from, and to even be here right now is a massive thing, and I have loved every single step. And when you step back, I have no problem stepping back with you. When you backslide, I'll be on my skateboard going right with you. Daughter, son, I like being with you. I like walking with you. And if you slide back, I'm not going to stand here and wait for you to get your act together. I'm going to go with you because I promised I would never leave you or forsake you. And that means when you slide back, I actually walk back with you because I'm not leaving you and I'm not giving you up. God. Seriously, does that not just rock your world? I can't stop reading it. God, He doesn't just love you. He likes you too. He likes you enough to step back with you. He likes you enough to jump on the skateboard when you're running so fast from Him. He likes being with you. And that means, yes, He wants to hang out with you. He wants to go to work with you. He wants to go for a run with you. He wants to grocery shop with you. He wants to hang out with you while you're giving your kids a bath. He wants to take the trash out with you. God likes being with me. God likes being with you. And I'm mesmerized by the fact that God, He never stops showing up. He never stops rocking my world. He never stops wooing me. He never stops loving me. I hope that sinks in for you today, my friend, and rocks your world as much as it has mine. So let me ask you a question. What do you think God likes doing with you? I would love to know. Please feel free to share in the comments. And I just want to remind you today, God doesn't just love you. He likes you.